everybody, welcome to The Gutter. My name is Steven. Joining me today is the George Lucas of YouTube, Chuck, also known as Byronic Commando.
I wanted to get an artistic vision across to the people that were watching my movie. I have a certain way that these things need to be shot, and if they don't match, then I will change the vision to match mine.
Patient Zero for Confunk, the originator, the progenitor virus. Calvin Cameron, also Corporate Cal on Twitch.
I'm clean. I was one of the ones that showered. The rest of them.
And taking a break from her role as Goddess of the Underdark is Lauren.
Oh, I like that one.
So first, before we get into PAX, what you guys been playing? Chuck, what you been playing?
Well, for starters, I just started streaming Mafia 3.
You have?
Yes, you gave me a copy, I guess that was given to you.
Yes.
And so...
Which reminds me, you two, you guys...
Tomorrow
yeah,
all day.
Tomorrow all
get you up.
day.
Yeah.
Man, what's that like?
We'll talk.
Okay, that'll work. And also, I finally found the play disc for my copy of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, you did?
After
on Xbox One?
Xbox 360.
Oh, okay.
Because it had been gone for years. I guess clearing out $1,500 worth of video games did finally loosen some shit up on my shelf. So I was like, oh, hey, there it is. Without a box.
Games are breaking loose left and right all over the house.
I'm free!
Lauren, are you wondering what's going on
yes,
here?
I'm very confused.
So we have a 3-camera setup now, and we toy with it a little bit, and, we'll shift things around as we need to. But we have camera 1.
Okay.
And if you're new here in episode 2, we have camera 2.
That's up
Hi.
there.
You can't see
Steven
me.
Cal. Yeah.
That's
and
3.
we have camera 3,
Okay.
which is the other couch.
Right.
And this is in an effort to eventually put us on the path to essentially one day being kind of sort of semi-professional. So that's...
Man.
Give or take.
We look pretty badass. And this is the most conversational we have ever looked on the show. Right here.
Because we're comfortable.
We are super comfortable, and now we finally look it.
I might bring in that other camera a little bit at some point. Depending
Stop looking for the camera.
No, because you guys are
look
so...
at the camera?
I mean, it's
We're
not a bad
close,
thing.
and
You
it's
guys
not
are,
up close
are
for you.
like from here
more
up,
fun
and we
now.
are...
Actually, I'm gonna
Right?
Sam. Would you be our cameraman for about 10 seconds, and sort of make Chuck and Lauren just a little bit more centered.
Extreme close
You're
up.
gonna pull it. It is
There's
also
a wire.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that'll that's fine. That'll work.
Yeah, but your elbows in the shot.
That's fine. I'll
No
just
one
be
wants to see that.
Get
I'll
your
be
bows out of there.
cognizant of my.
We
own.
don't want to see your weenus.
Get
Yeah.
his bows out of there, dude.
Stop, Lauren, stop. I'll just fucking I'll just shift over.
Off
There we
camera,
go.
three
Go in
minutes.
there.
Shift over.
Welcome to the Gutter Nerds podcast.
Yeah, so, well, Jesus, that was the weirdest intro we've ever had. Guillaume, welcome. How's it going? Calvin, what have you been playing? God, I'm back on track. What have you been playing?
I got home from seeing everything at PAX, and I played League.
Okay, you did a PAX run. You came back and leagued it up.
And I was like, I need something to play to nullify my mind, and I played with John.
Oh, you played with
John.
Bonk.
With Bonk, yeah. I played with Bonk, and we're having a blast.
Are you doing ranked or?
No, he's not.
He's
really
trying to unwind. Why would he play a ranked game?
Oh yeah, that's true. I was just playing champions I don't know very well.
Is it that you don't trust John to be good enough to
No,
rank you
actually-
up?
He just got off from PAX, man. Of course he's going to be chill.
I was exhausted from PAX. Like PAX was so much fun, but it just tears at your body by the amount of things that you're trying to do, and then the other things you shouldn't be doing to your body.
And the drinking.
Well, that's
And
why
the
I'm saying the
drinking.
other things you shouldn't be doing to your body, like massive amounts of alcohol. So,
And from what I hear, you put yourself through the ringer.
I also hear tell you ran into the Red 6 guys.
I did run into the Red 6 guys.
So that means you met Caldane.
They are real, in fact,
They
because
are.
I did not
They
believe
are
that
real.
for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So,
Now-
in fact, congrats for being alive and real. So I'm proud of you all.
I have a
okay?
very important question.
Yes.
Did you meet Caldane's camelback?
His camelback.
I'm gonna ask you about that in just a minute. Lauren, you recently on the topic of what you've been playing, you said this week that you wanted to play more games. Like you made it like almost
like
a New Year's
statement.
resolution, like to why?
Well, especially because I'm on here, like I realize Fallout 4 has been my go-to for everything, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, you should have already finished it, blah blah blah. I
haven't.
Well,
Never played.
I've been playing it for 4 months.
Okay, The
4
Fallout
months is
games,
not a long time to play a game.
Well, and not a long time to play a Fallout game.
especially-
Here's
Yeah.
the other thing. I played Infamous Second Son when it first came out, and now that I've replayed it twice.
Infamous
on
is
Hero
good. Infamous is good though.
And on Villain in 3 days,
Okay, you whipped through it real fast.
like on Expert. Yes.
So did PAX like get you into that? Like, I'll look at all this.
Kinda. My big thing at PAX was I really wanted to see Zelda because Switch just came
Breath of the
out.
Wild, yeah.
Yes, and I told everybody it's like I am a huge Zelda nerd. Like I love Zelda. I have a tattoo behind my ear, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the graphics are better. I didn't actually get to play very long because they have those timed sessions, but it's phenomenal. Like I am full on ready to get Switch.
Okay, so you're having seen it in real life.
Yes.
You're
So
down
you got
for
to
Switch.
play it. Okay. You waited in the enormous line.
Actually, I got cutsies because I talked to a guy for like 10 minutes.
Oh wow. Fair enough.
You just gotta get out there and then.
Show-
go
show-
You gotta roll high on those charisma checks, man.
Have you seen my donut shirt? It's a pretty high charisma check.
Yeah, Gal and Space Kitten were all about that shirt.
I know.
Oh, it was that. The shirt was kind of a big deal, Cal. So yeah, I'm gonna have you guys talk about PAX and sort of explain anything that.
King Guy says bless you.
Thank
Game
you.
guy, yeah, he's cool. Like
I don't understand how I'm one of the few people that didn't go to PAX, and yet somehow I got some weird version of Confunk.
You didn't drink
you
enough
got the compliment.
because you
Drank
didn't
too
drink
much.
enough.
I did not drink enough.
Lauren, this is you, and this is your
Dr.
SO,
Peter Pena.
Dr. Peter Pena. He's been on. He was on the old Angry Cuddles podcast a couple
Is he
times.
drunk?
But
No.
just really happy to be here, or
That's at 1 o'clock.
Ah, okay.
tell me what was it? Did you go
during
into
the
the
day.
into the Resident Evil
No.
house? What was in the house?
That line was stupid long. We weren't.
Was
even
that VR?
willing-
It was VR.
It was.
Okay.
Yes.
Almost everything at PAX was VR.
There was a
Almost.
lot of
There
VR.
was so much VR.
Yeah. Okay.
We were more at the tabletop gaming area.
You spent time in tabletop?
Yep.
Because that's what
Mike and
Peter
Jerry.
does.
This is on day one. This is on Friday, and this is at 11:30 in the morning. Mike
Right.
and Jerry doing their Q&A, and then announcing the new PAX in Philadelphia.
Oh, they announced the Philly PAX.
A Philadelphia PAX, and it's going to be right before Thanksgiving.
I hope their tagline
And
is
it's-
"PAX fill you up."
No.
That's really funny. I couldn't think of the tagline for it either. It's like PAX something, and we'll figure that one out. But it's more tabletop themed, I believe.
Oh wow. Oh, if they start theming instead of just doing geographic.
Random shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I may wind up having to go to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
but
What's this?
So what this is PAX also on your badge, which I can, if you want to cut back real quick to me, Steven.
Freaking pins.
Okay.
He still does the pin in
You can
arcade.
hold up.
Okay. So on back there, you have a little scan
QR code.
a QR code. Thank you. So all throughout PAX, there was 10 QR codes that you could scan your badge and do a scavenger hunt quest because they like to have fun little extra things you can do, and you had to do it in the right appropriate order. Now, did I get all 10? No. But did I find the first one that was proper? Yes, because it turned green. If you did not find the other ones, they were all red, and like, you're not ready for this one yet.
Oh, so you had to do them in an order.
In a sequential order, and they didn't tell you the order.
No.
Okay. Wow. Lauren, did you try to do
Yes.
that?
I did a little research and I also got help. So what it was is after you got the first one, it was in groups of 3. So if number 2 lit up for you, 3 or 1 is the next one you need to do. And then
Interesting.
you go on to 7 or 4 or whatever. And if let's say 5 was
Like
your
you're only
next
saying
one.
sets of 3.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if 5 was your next one, 4 or 6, and then same with 7, 8, or 9.
Hey, Robotical Nick. Don't worry, Robotical Nick. You're gonna make an appearance here pretty soon.
Don't worry about it.
Pretty soon, man. And
I cannot wait.
June says,
So
"Corporate
much
Cal, let's
drinking.
play."
That's usually how it goes with them.
So, this is in front
Discord.
of the Discord lounge. So Discord had a fun little lounge right in front of the free play PC area, to where they had their own little mini games that you could play and try and beat to get like a T-shirt or swag. They had their own little Discord pins. They had a water station right in front of them. It's actually smaller. It's like
What's the Discord lounge area? Is it just for like chilling out, max and relaxing out, cool?
Well,
or do you shoot b-ball outside of the school?
No, there is no b-ball.
Now, and if you don't know, do you know what Discord is, Steven?
It's the chat program, man.
It is a chat program, but it's like more.
Or was the villain in My Little Pony?
I want to stab you.
Actually, yes, it was the villain in My Little Pony. Friendship
really?
is Magic.
It is. It
And
is.
how
Okay.
the fuck do either of us know that?
See,
I had a 5-year-old around me
or
for
you're
a while.
actually bro.
I lived with a
just
5-year-old for a little while.
watched
So,
season 1 in its entirety.
And right. So these. Okay, I guess we'll.
Oh, sorry. No.
No.
Finish your thought on the Discord.
I was going to say, if anybody does not have Discord, I recommend getting it as a chat program, because essentially you can drop in, drop out, you can play and listen to the same music with your friends. It's like a chat program on steroids. I think it's the best one out there, personally. So,
Guillaume says, did you beat perfection? Was that to one of the PAX goers, or are you asking someone in the chat?
I don't know.
Okay, I imagine he was asking someone in the chat. But, okay, so we're coming back now?
Yes. So what these are, if you follow Penny Arcade, they have specific collectible Penny Arcade pins that, for the most part.
Oh, I can now say that Penny Arcade is now the best active webcomic out there.
Cool.
I can honestly say that.
Which is great.
Yeah. Because Angry Cuddle shut down.
That's right. Wow. Wowzers.
So you do the pin trading.
I do the pin trading.
Lauren, did you do pin trading at all? Did you look at it?
I did. Okay. There was a pin set of cats that I really wanted them so bad, but I couldn't dish out the $30-$40 for each pack, because I mean it comes with like 4 or 5 pins.
It's four
Okay.
pins.
But we went on an off weekend.
Yeah.
So I was poor, and I decided to drink in public. So
So what money you had went towards
drinking.
that kind of a thing. Yeah. You got to trade with Mike and Jerry.
Yeah, so the best part about the Penny Pals and the pin community is that, first off, Mike and Jerry, the creators of Penny Arcade, they're 100% involved in the pin, and they've made their entire staff also love it. So there's a specific staff trading session to where they have all of their pins, and you just you get your pins you don't want, or like if you have doubles of something, and you trade for their yearly pin, which is the Rage Face Gabe and Tycho on there, and you get to talk to them for about 5-10 minutes, or anybody on the staff that's present, and just enjoy their presence,
pretty
thank
awesome.
them for the convention. And,
Yeah, I remember last year you sat and talked with Mike about
again.
Destiny for a little bit.
Yeah, and now he's super hard in Overwatch.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool. What's going on? What is this?
So
What's this guy?
I have a problem, as you might.
Did you win anything, Lauren, while you were at PAX?
I won the hearts of the Red 16.
Oh yeah, and that's good. Yeah.
So
That's what I got.
As you know, with me going
Good
to
price.
conventions for the most part, on occasion I have some luck. As you know, at DreamHack, I won.
DreamHack, you got the 1080.
I won a 1080, and at this convention,
The latest NVIDIA graphics card.
yeah, there's a drawing at the HyperX booth, and me and another friend of mine, because I was not present there, but he had all the tickets together, we ended up winning a brand new X99 FTWK gaming motherboard.
Sweet.
And then we also won a HyperX Stinger headset and a 64 gig thumb drive.
That's pretty awesome.
Winning drawings, I do it on occasion.
Yeah. Hang in there. Why do you look super high?
That's just
He is
standard,
hungover.
even though I'm hungover.
This
shit.
is hungover face.
Yeah, this is hungover as shit, and that's partially due to Nick and Caldane and all of them.
Okay, so let's take a quick break here. Are you okay?
I'm dying.
Do you need to go?
No.
Okay.
This.
You got 45 more minutes in you?
Ladies and gentlemen, this. Let no man ever question my dedication to this cause.
Hey, Space Kitten, welcome.
The show goes on, motherfuckers.
You're a beast. I'll give you that. We'll when
Oh yeah.
I was asking you something. Tell me about the drinking. Tell me about the non.
Now
the
we
extra-
have-
We're gonna take a break. Tell me about the extracurricular.
Calvin's gonna go.
You got to see the camelback.
I got
yes.
to see the camelback.
Because I've heard it on the Red 6 podcast, and I've always is it laced in gold?
Oh man.
It might as well be.
The camelback. So first off, when I first meet I believe in the morning, when I first meet up with Nick and Caldane, they're in the same Dungeons & Dragons, Chris Perkins, first morning, 10:30 on Friday, event that we are. I meet up with them, and he's
That
like,
was an
hey,
awful long parenthetical.
it was, but you got to hear what we were doing. And so,
And you tell me to truncate.
well, you guys weren't there, so I want you to know what we were doing and feel the experience. So
I was breathing, and my heart was pumping blood, and so I was walking around.
thank you, Chuck. And so I'm enjoying a bottle of water.
Sure.
And Nick goes, it's Caleb goes, would you like a sip? And I'm like, what's in there? And this is 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning.
You're already skeptical. So
And I'm
that's
already
good.
skeptical
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'm like, if that's alcohol, no. Like, I don't do it before, I don't do it before 12. Like, I don't understand.
That's gotta be bullshit. That's
so-
gotta be bullshit. There's no
It's not.
fucking way that's true for you.
And then, no, I don't. I don't do it. I don't like
I
it. even
know
told
you've
them-
been on a boat.
Ask them.
You've been,
I told them no.
You hang out with the Law Hawk. I know for a goddamn fact you've been drunk before noon before.
Maybe. Once in my
Okay,
life.
okay,
Maybe.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
It's not.
He
no.
says maybe.
It's not no. But
Yeah.
at a convention like this, I don't want to be drunk yet, and I'm gonna try and power through the day because it's a lot of walking, and then later in the night I want to survive my body and drink more later and not have a power nap. You know.
Now, just so we're clear.
like Caleb did. So
Yes.
Just
Twice.
so we're clear, he did say yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
yes, true. So. I get offered again because I declined against Caleb. I get offered again by Nick. He was like, "Hey, would you like a sip of my drink?" And it was like, it looked like a soda, and like an actual soda. And I was like, "No." So, and he was like, "Well, good, because there's booze in this one too." So,
That was a pretty good Nick impression.
thank you.
Yeah.
But Caleb actually just shows me. He pulls it out. It is an iced down, frozen camelback.
Yep.
It is filled with just whiskey.
Yep.
Just frozen whiskey. I was
Straight
like,
up.
it's 10:30 in the fucking
I love
morning.
It is frozen
I
whiskey
respect
because
it,
he
but
keeps
you know.
But
like he keeps it on his back.
I did
Yeah.
ask. I said, does he refill it throughout the weekend? Because I'm thinking, if he's drinking at 10:30, he's almost power chugging it. No,
So-
it's one bottle, it's one full fill, and that's it.
Let me tell you a very quick little story about Caleb Haldane. We went to the OKC Podcasters meetup over the summer. We showed up fairly early. We were the first ones there, Crystal and I. And while she and a few of the ladies went out to go get liquor, Caleb introduced me to his own personal stash, which included a limited edition whiskey that they don't make anymore because it was an accidental brew. And he let me partake of this. It was the first glass that he drank, and as soon as I finished mine, he immediately filled it back up.
I'm going to go ahead and say, without actually having the competition, although we could do the competition, that Red Six drinks GN under the table.
No, he
I don't think-
he drinks the rest of y'all under the table.
No, you just were saying that you can't. You were just saying you couldn't hang.
No,
They
listen.
couldn't hang in the morning.
I couldn't hang in the morning.
He didn't want to get
Now-
drunk.
So as
Yes.
long as it's at a specific time, at a specific place, in a certain way.
Okay, he doesn't understand how the rest of the entire time went, so he's just being a little aggressive. Now, because
Aggressive.
you're not letting the stories continue.
let's pick it up. Let's pick it
Let's
up.
go
Keep
back
it
to
rolling. Keep it rolling.
So, I declined the booze, of course, in the morning, and
course.
but later on in the evening, it gets. Oh, we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about this
On screen.
Yeah, that's not up yet. So
Okay.
you go right ahead.
So we start off though with the drinking. And the first night I meet them, also though, we all go out drinking in my donut shirt, which there's
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there too.
there's a couple stories and a couple bashings.
Yeah, so we'll continue on with picture mode and get near
Right.
get near the end. So some of you got to see and some of you got to handle the Joy-Cons and the Switch and stuff like that.
Yes.
Did it handle well? Did you use two Joy-Cons?
I mean-
or did you use a single one flat?
A single one flat.
Okay.
And I mean, it's really hard to explain. Like,
Are the buttons like snappy? Are they clicky? Or do they feel like a Super NES controller? Or,
honestly,
you know what I mean?
it depends on where you are. Because the person next to me, it sounded really clicky, but mine was really smooth. Like for me,
Maybe their clicking maybe they were being hard on the
no,
stick.
because I actually looked over
It
and
was
they
the
were
button pressing?
they were button pressing,
Huh.
and so I think it just depends on the use or the model itself. I liked it and I want it really, really bad.
Okay, you want it. But this is their booth, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, this is their booth. It's huge. They had probably, I would say, 30 or so Nintendo Switches at this booth. But also, there was an indie booth that had a Nintendo Switch as well, which was cool. But I really wish I had gotten to play it like that, because that's
in that mode.
In that mode is the one I'm most interested in. But as you mentioned to me, because I didn't know what the name of the controller was, it was their Pro controller. The one that
I saw a couple of articles, and it was actually posted on Twitter of 2 articles reporting the same news about the Nintendo Switch, and it was very much a glass half full, glass half empty situation. One of the headlines said, when you dock the Nintendo Switch, it doubles its power. And the other headline said, when you undock the tablet, it loses half of its capabilities. And I was like, wow, that's the same fact.
Wording is super important.
But yes, so I like this little setup of the pretend you're out in the world. This is how the Nintendo Switch works for you out in the world.
It was really cute.
There was also one I forgot to take a photo of. The other one is them sitting in a
it's like a bus.
Like a bus, like a car.
I mean, it's in the back right there.
So like you're riding in a car.
Where the yellow shirt guy
It's like you're pretending you're in a car and playing it.
Fire
so
flower
cool.
fries.
Yeah.
Spiny shell
It's
burger.
a Mario diner.
Shot of the floor.
This is them where Splatoon 2 was in that ARMS game is. So
ARMS, yeah.
ARMS looks good.
there's like a ton.
Yeah.
As you can see, there's a ton of them there.
I'm not sold on Nintendo Switch yet. I'm going to wait for some friend to get it and spend some time with it.
Right.
Welcome.
And this is
I will volunteer tribute.
Please get all the Nintendo stuff you can, because that's really
I'm the
that's
only
something we
Nintendo
don't.
person.
Yeah, you would be. You would be the only Nintendo person, because we spend a lot of time on PC and Xbox One and PS4. So yeah, for sure.
I'm starting to grow on the PC now too.
Yes. Yes. We're more and more into PC.
There's where we won the motherboard and other things.
At HyperX?
Yep.
Okay.
And so one thing. So since you went to PAX last year,
yeah,
one of the biggest things this year.
Holy shit! Fangamer was there.
That they took away from. Yes. Was how raffle intensive it was last year, and everybody's screaming and yelling and drawings everywhere, right? It wasn't like that this year. There was only a couple drawings here and there, and
hey, PNES 26.
So I thought that was great that it wasn't as intense. This was just random computer games. Hyper Universe they're playing.
Is Hyper Universe the game or the developer?
I believe that's the game.
Okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. Not the little blurry here, but this is the Classic controller or the Pro controller. What do they call it on the Switch?
I think.
Is it the Pro? Yeah.
I believe it's the Pro.
Did you touched it? Did you action it at all?
Yeah, I played
a game with it.
I did play a game.
How was that?
It was a different style of game, so I can't really. It wasn't like
so
moving
the
around
game.
The game itself didn't really allow me to use it in physical.
Like use everything facet of the controller.
But I mean, it felt like comfortable, but it was good.
Oh my God.
What the fuck is this monstrosity? This affront to the Lord that you ingested.
This is a 3-pound cinnamon roll, and
No.
I would say about 2.5 pounds of icing.
I have to ask.
No.
Did you share that or
Fuck
did
yeah,
you?
I shared it.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I honestly thought you ate the whole thing by yourself, and I had
can't
no
believe
idea.
I ate the. I like the nickel there, like
That was the point. It was for perspective.
You know what I like more?
for scale, nickel for scale.
I like
because
the
they
bottle of
already
fancy
have.
tomato ketchup that sits next to it.
That's also
Yes,
why I
because
did that.
you assume that they're about to just go.
No, I'm
all
doing that
over it.
again. Perspective.
Yeah.
We barely dented it. We may have gotten diabetes.
This looks absolutely
you
fucking
did-
It was
graphic.
phenomenal. One of the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had.
Oh, so it was not just big; it was good.
Oh, it was amazing. I brought
This-
the rest of it home with me.
This looks pornographic in the way a Serbian film
You
looks
said-
pornographic. This is disgusting.
You seem offended at this thing's existence.
Now, Space Kitten, you can blame Caleb for not checking his phone or answering it, and that's why you didn't get to join us.
Okay,
Now-
now that's up my speed.
Now
That
Jesus
is
Christ.
phenomenal.
that is a 21-ounce chicken fried steak.
That is the size of a large fucking pizza.
And that's-
where were these things? These were at the same place,
at
right?
Lulu's Cafe.
Do they just serve giant, massive fucking plates of shit?
Yes.
To
and
massive, giant
so-
fucking plates of people.
So now here's the fun and bizarre thing about specifically this Texas Ranger chicken fried steak. Is that if you eat that whole thing plus the 2 sides in
You don't-
12 minutes,
And
Don't pay a
survive it.
dime.
you don't. It's free.
Yes, but you have to survive it.
But if you look at it,
I saved $13.99, but I have $1,000 in medical bills.
My arteries are just looking at each other, shaking.
There's
their
no
heads.
way. There's no way somebody can eat this in 12 minutes. Like there's no Chuck. There's no way.
Dude,
I will bet
I'll tell you
you-
what.
I bet
we
you
will,
right now.
No, we'll take him. I'll put in a $20 if you want to match it, which means that you'll get the meal for free plus $40 if you can eat that
Yes.
whole thing in 12 minutes.
Yes.
You can't
12
do
minutes,
it.
There's no way.
No,
But
and
if
not
you
just
fail, if you
not
fail,
just
you
the
have to
chicken
pay
fried
for it, and
steak.
you have to pay us.
Our Chuck's
I have
studio
seen
audience is
I,
no. Wait. Just
I have
Keep
seen
it
this before. I literally have seen this. Okay.
yeah.
That's huge. And you have two sides.
Yeah.
That you have to
Those
eat.
are-
So carb filled. They weigh heavy on your stomach.
Yes.
I have seen.
Would you
bigger
say it's
guys
about the
than you
size of the
try
soundboard?
this.
I'll show you more
No.
pictures later.
It is impossible.
Yeah, it's
for
a-
12
it-
minutes.
Our studio audience is piping up here, guys.
Yeah,
25 minutes maybe, but 12 minutes no.
June
So-
says, "I believe in you, Chuck."
Well,
You're not losing.
Thank you, June.
You're not losing anything by failing. Just
put $40 in
ridicule.
this, Chuck.
Okay, I have to ask the studio audience to quiet now. But you have some support. You have some support. I believe that your live-in SO is probably worried about your health.
I don't want you to die.
She's not worried about his health. She's just speaking his pure practicality.
So when it comes down to it,
Yeah.
we ordered a 3-pound cinnamon roll and another 21 ounces worth of deep
And you guys
chicken
both-
fried- There's no way we didn't put a dent in either one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm with my buddy Patrick and myself, and I can eat.
Yeah.
And we didn't dent it at all. So
I'd
just saying,
love to see it.
I'm just saying you fucked.
I'm ready to do it. We'll
We'll
Periscope
do
it.
it. That's fine.
We'll Periscope
Now
it.
this
DX Racer.
DX Racer video game chairs that are very
Chairs, yeah,
comfortable
for sure.
for gaming in, like for leisurely, for posture, for your.
Does anybody have a DX Racer chair?
I
Blanc
wanted
does.
one really bad.
Did you try them out while you were there?
Yeah.
You did?
Blanc has one.
I have
Blanc,
never heard.
anybody in the chat? Do you guys have one?
Super Fight.
So
Super Fight and Red Flags.
And this is another.
another photo
This is
of
the
Resident-
side of the. I guess is the exit for the
Did you
VR
do-
Resident Evil.
Did you do the VR for it?
I did not because the line again was astronomical. Most of the lines were
ridiculous.
supremely long for anything that we were trying to
Okay,
do.
give me a quick synopsis of Has Been Heroes.
This is the game that I played on the Nintendo Switch. Basically, it's got 3 lanes and
It's a MOBA.
No. It is
Okay.
a side-scrolling 3 lanes,
Oh.
and you combo attacks tactically. Every attack you do pauses the screen, and then you can switch a lane with another champion because there's endurance and health. You destroy the endurance and then attack combo for the health.
Certainly, it was certainly inspired by aspects of MOBAs and League
Yes.
of Legends and stuff.
Yes, I would
Okay.
say by lanes. Yeah,
Interesting,
But it's
interesting.
a treasure hunting game.
And there you go. There's a
That's a
there's
good
boy.
shot.
There's
Boy
PAX
Scout.
South.
That's
There we
a
are.
that's a crisp ass picture, dude.
Yeah.
And this is the end of my
This
trip.
is that's
Oh,
actually
right.
Calvin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you guys
Completely
can't see it
sober.
because of the. I'll bring it in here. There you go. Have a degree from TCU, but still just a waiter. Hashtag buy a donut shirt. The hashtag buy a donut shirt because of
all of them.
Calvin's fucking pink donut shirt, which I adore.
I love my donut shirt.
love the donut
I don't-
shirt.
You know what? It's
good.
it's plus
Was
10
that a
charisma.
swig?
It is plus 10 charisma every time you wear that shirt.
Is that swig?
Is that a? Yeah, that's that swing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Was that like home base for Red Six?
yes,
Pretty much.
basically. So
And here's some people. It's Lauren,
at all
it's
the
Peter,
people.
Gally Alvey on the left, Space Kitten on the right, and our dear buddy Game Guy back there in the back.
That's
left.
Game
Hey,
Yeah,
Game
that is
Guy.
this game guy, he's real.
He's fucking
real.
real.
And he's super nice.
I know he is.
And
He's also super burly too. Shit. Look at that neck.
And our Red Sixers, Robotical Nick there on the left, who's gotten a haircut since last I've seen him.
Very much so.
And Caleb, who looks like fucking Caleb.
Looks like Caleb.
With his fucking Caleb face.
For the record,
Caleb
Peter and I
Hashtag
got in
Caleb
late on
face.
Friday, and we came in like Saturday morning-ish. Like 1 o'clock was when we were really getting things going.
Yeah.
I didn't actually meet Caleb until like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock that night because he was playing Magic and drinking.
Yeah, it sounds like
For the
Caleb.
record.
That sounds like Caleb.
So now,
by the way, sorry.
yeah.
Game guy says he wasn't even flexing, bro, about being.
When are you flexing?
I believe it.
Quickly now, before we move on to Assassin's Creed, what was your favorite part of PAX? Not just the show, but that weekend.
I would say my 2 favorite things was definitely the penny arcade stuff that I did.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Your ball's deep in the pins.
I mean, it's so much.
Yo.
It's really fun.
If I ever had the opportunity to go, my ass would be balls deep in Penny Arcade too.
Like the Penny Arcade, all the pins, all the cool stuff you can get, and all the nice people, and you get to meet Gabe and Mike.
The people
Gabe
at PAX,
and Tycho, like the community for the Penny Arcade, they're just so cool.
I will say that the people at PAX almost universally like are fucking nice folk.
Everyone. Was
Everyone
really
there is there
nice.
to have a good time, and that's really cool.
I like it.
Lauren, what was your favorite part of the weekend?
Red 6.
It really was Red 6.
Called it.
It was so Red 6.
That's the effect Red 6 has.
And
Like they're the sweetest people.
Don't get me wrong. Like I loved PAX. I loved everything about it. I honestly.
But you could have just hung out with them.
I would have been so fine with that.
Yeah.
But honestly, for me, like I got chills walking in the expo, and I didn't get that for my first Comic-Con. Even now, I'm heavily considering whether I would go to another Comic-Con because it doesn't fulfill my PAX.
So PAX was such a different, unique experience for you.
It was so much better for me.
Wow, that is saying something.
But for Galliavia is the one who said it. There was nothing other than high-tech equipment to buy. Like the chairs were there. You could buy, headphones, gear for your PCs, like high-tech stuff that was over $50, $60, but no trinket stuff like you would get at Comic-Con. No,
I saw in that thing, usually in that area. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm listening.
God damn it!
that was the weirdest look I think I've
actually
ever
perfect.
seen from Calvin.
There's an area where they have out with all their stuff, like shirts and stuff. Like I saw a
merch.
shirt place, like the merch place.
There was merch everywhere.
Did you like? I got my mug from
Like-
PAX.
I mean-
Filthy Casual was there.
So I guess
Is that a brand?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, it really was. Like
Okay.
there were clothing booths, like Filthy Casual. Man, there was one on Sunday. It was right next to Filthy Casual. So, but
But
mean,
you
like,
wanted more like little
trinkets.
lanyards and
Like,
pins and
there was
doodads and
two-
baubles and.
There was two big booths that had just like fandoms. There was Harry Potter. There was Assassin's Creed. There was Doctor Who. Like there
Was the Gamer Church of Christ there? Did you see that?
Not this year. Or, no,
Maybe
no.
they went under.
No, I think it might have been there.
might have
'cause
been
I
there.
saw
They
something
were.
like that.
They were.
There was because
I pointed
Jesus.
it out to Peter. I'm like, you should talk
I wanted
to.
to interview them last year, but the guy was like, "Yeah, you can. Let me just a minute. Like, let me get someone else." And then he left and like never came back. And I was like, "What the fuck is this? Do they know that I can smell a cult? Is that what like?" Anyway,
Would you like for me to try to speak to them?
maybe they won't sense the heathen on you, and maybe they'll at least have a fucking
Oh no,
with you.
I'm sure they'll try to sense the heathen in me anyway.
But okay, so now we're gonna shift gears a little bit to the Assassin's Creed game.
Movie.
There are worse cults, says Guillaume. Yeah, that's
true.
Assassin's Creed game and movie. First of all, who has never played an Assassin's Creed game of any kind? Okay, totally
Legit?
cool. You guys,
Seriously?
I
Feel
played 5
free-
minutes of like the first game.
you didn't even get to like 4. Even a lot of people that didn't play Assassin's Creed played the pirate one.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Wow.
I heavily considered it after we saw the movie.
I'm legit shocked. Like, huh?
Like you feel like it's such a common
Yeah.
series, and there's so many entries that someone would have.
Okay,
up one at
let's
some point?
count them out. Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed 3,
3,
Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
Black Flag, with
Unity,
4,
Syndicate, Chronicles China.
the Chronicles trilogy. Yeah, China,
so
Russia, and
China, Russia, and then whatever.
shit, can't
And
remember.
then
There's also Rogue,
Rogue.
on 360.
and then
I never played
there's
Rogue, and I never played the two. I never played Liberation,
Liberation.
and I never played. Yeah, the other 2 Chronicles games.
So there are 15 games in the Assassin's Creed franchise
Just
right
about,
now.
yeah.
I think y'all are just
15.
making them up.
And you have not played a single
There's
one of
Assassin's
them, either of you?
I
And-
mean, it doesn't do anything for me.
Okay,
Why not?
Why? What about what you've
Well,
seen
well,
about
because-
Assassin's Creed does
well,
nothing
maybe
for you?
it's because I haven't played any of the newer ones. But the first game that I tried to play, it was so slow and like it was clunky and it was just not.
Oh, I thought you said that you hadn't
I played
touched an
five.
Assassin's Creed.
I've touched it 5 minutes.
Okay,
5 minutes.
which one? Do you remember?
The
first one.
The first one. And what did you like or not like about it? What was it?
Didn't like it because it was super slow and clunky.
It was slow and clunky?
Yeah, I felt it was clunky.
It's still kind of clunky if you ask me.
Okay, see?
I have one defense. Are these all on Xbox?
No, they're all on everything.
Everything.
These are multi-platform.
Then I have no
excuse. Which is totally fine. But feel free to ask questions, as we go along. What's your favorite AC game, Chuck? And you guys in the chat, let us know too. Like, be part of this. Game Guy says, I've played 2 all the way through, half of Revelations, a bit of 3, a bit of the one that we gave him, which was Unity, I believe, and a bit of Syndicate. He didn't like Black Flag, and I'm with you on that, Game Guy, because a lot of people don't agree with me on that. But what were you going to say?
Actually, I don't like Black Flag either.
Oh, fuck, I thought I was going to get a bunch of pushback here.
Oh, no. My favorite part of Black Flag was the pirate ships. Sailing around on pirate ships, landing on the islands, getting into ship-to-ship battles.
If you just remove the phrase Assassin's Creed from Black Flag.
And just made Black Flag?
This is Black Flag by Ubisoft. It is a fucking sweet-ass game.
The other thing I liked about it was the fact that the present-day thing, you were working for Abstergo Entertainment. Wait. Oh my God.
We do have to mention this.
Sidetracked by the goddamn chat room.
We got sidetracked by chat.
Am I going to have to shut the chat room down?
Robotical Nick says, afterwards...
Did you read what I sent to him?
Oh, what did you say?
You need to go up a little bit. Basically, it was... I'll let you get to it.
Robotical Nick, trying not to steal wives. Hashtag buy a donut shirt. And then Space Kitten says, stealing wives, huh? Robotical Nick says, afterwards she was like, Heather was like, Cal is nice. I told her I bet $100 he thought you were hitting on him.
That's how, I mean...
I'm going to put you on blast of it here. Right before the show, he was like, I don't know, but I think Heather might have been hitting on me.
I mean, I was like, it's true.
It was like
I know they're
in a panic.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, she was also hitting on me.
No, there you go.
So,
I think that is incredibly likely. Okay, so let's ask you. With 4, you're on 4 specifically.
Well, I was talking about Black Flag. Another
yeah.
thing that I liked about it was the fact that you were working with Abstergo Entertainment in the insidious ways that people can use video games as almost a subliminal marketing tool. Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. And then the tie-ins with Watch Dogs, too.
Yes,
because
and that's something that I wanted.
Security system is Bloom.
I am an Assassin's Creed fan. This is my Assassin's Creed watch.
That he got for Christmas.
That I got for Christmas. I have an Assassin's Creed matching wallet,
You're not going to pull out your wallet?
You're not going to pull out your wallet? Wait, don't do it. Make sure the cobwebs don't come out of there.
Yeah. But this is the wallet my brother got me for Christmas.
Classy.
Which is really, it's really bitchin' looking. But the thing that, what's your favorite one then? I guess we'll start there.
It's close to call because they all feel kind of samey to me. I think my favorite one would be a toss-up between 2 and Brotherhood.
Really?
Yeah, because I like Ezio before they turned him into Batman.
Yeah.
And 2 is fun because you watch him grow into this thing. Mm-hmm. And then Brotherhood is fun because you watch him master the thing.
My favorite one was Unity. And I
Never
played it after they sort of fixed it, patched the shit out of it.
Okay.
So I didn't really see any of the glitches, but it was really pretty, and it felt like the controls were tight, the co-op was fun, and and it was assassinating again, which is what pissed me off about Black Flag. I was like, this pirate ship shit is cool, but this is not what I signed up for. This is not Assassin's Creed.
I'm wondering with the way that they presented 4, because you're making a video game out of the memories that you're pulling out of your head. Right? And these video games, this game is supposed to be made by Abstergo, which is a part of the Templars.
Yeah.
They're making this game to make the Templars look good. So they're staying as far away as possible from the assassinations, and they're focusing on the fact that he's a pirate. I wonder if they did that intentionally.
That's very possible. Also, Nightbot is being a prick
I was like,
It's the goddamn beat boops.
Damn beat
It's the
boops.
damn beat boops.
I was like,
no, you're fine. I need to like Nightbot is
Damn
was
beat
mean to one of our co-hosts.
just so everybody
sorry.
knows, I did 3 bleeding hearts because y'all are being so wonderful to me.
Yes,
I did
and
4.
Nightbot yelled
I'm
at
sorry,
you for too
I
many
did
emotes.
4.
But that's my thing. I will fix that.
I was like, damn it,
So
Steven.
so we covered the least favorite, which was Black Flag,
Black Flag.
and it's because it was a
Actually-
stylistic thing, or it was a franchise thing. Not even it really had anything to do with gameplay. at all.
My least favorite would be Assassin's Creed 3, because I was talking about how they all felt the same to me.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3 felt the same the whole way through. Like, I was bored to
I like
tears.
3. Okay, so what makes Assassin's Creed stand out from other games? To you, what should a quintessential Assassin's Creed game be or include?
Well, I remember the fun that you and I had hopping from rooftop to rooftop in Crackdown. And then this is a much more realistic, quote-unquote, way of doing it. Like, there were some falls that
I guess,
no human
like,
being should
relative
ever...
to Crackdown.
Definitely relative to Crackdown.
Yeah.
This is a lot more realistic. But the kind of parkour, the kind of free running that they do in this game looks a lot more approachable than, becoming some super soldier with the ability to leap literally from building to building.
See, and Game Guy says AC3 was meant, and I don't get the hate. I guess,
He's throwing shade where it shouldn't be thrown.
yeah, whatever you said, yeah.
Throwing shade.
So the thing that to me Assassin's Creed does well is incorporate actual history with fantasy.
Yep.
And so whenever I play a game, I'm typically spurred to learn the history of such things. They will use topographical maps to create the terrain. Even in 3, they would go back and actually make the weather the way that it was described in journals and stuff on those days at the time.
Right.
And all that stuff is really awesome to me.
That was cool. And,
And so I got a lot about their discussions of the American Revolution.
which I thought was fascinating as well.
Yeah.
It's just when it got down to the actual gameplay, it felt super grindy. I climbed the same kind of tree, like the exact same design.
Hey,
tree,
Tuesday!
like 15 times trying to do shit.
Is
and
that-
it's like I was sick of looking at the same tree over and over and over again. I understand why they did it, because it made it easy to climb around, and you need that to conserve memory space on the game, and it made everything feel the same.
There's the thing to me that really sort of set the franchise off in the wrong way was the way that 2 made it. I mean, 1 was also open map, kinda, but it was mostly a linear narrative, mostly.
Yeah.
2 became more like GTA in that going around doing collecting side mission-y stuff
there's cars in
and
Assassin's Creed, and there's like murdering people.
Murdering people,
yeah. I
yes.
know there's murdering.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of
just-
murdering people.
in
It was the car. It was a joke. The car thing.
it was. There's no like traveling or
I know.
stuff like that. But June asks, why are you not wearing socks, Chuck? Dragonfly, he rarely wears socks.
We had this conversation. Just side
This
note.
is a foot fetish podcast.
Now this is something I mentioned to him earlier about winter and sandals. And, it's a Texas winter, so he decides that regardless, he's going to wear sandals, even though it's technically winter. But he's wearing pants.
Texas
So-
winter it was 80 today. So I'm kind of on Chuck's side. Like, if I had found my flip-flops, I probably would have worn my flip-flops today.
Yes, send her Febreze, please.
Anybody else work outside?
Even Crystal's wearing flip-flops.
Solidarity, baby. I love you too.
So for an Assassin's Creed game, to me, what the first one was and what I really enjoyed was modern day, the whole animus thing I love, going back through your ancestors, reliving those things, the synchronization and desynchronization of events. But in terms of the past story, each little thing is like learning about your target, where they're going to be, and then execute the target. And then the next one, learning about your target, picking up some pieces, and then executing. And that's what the first one was, and that's what I loved so much. The second one became the open world, go around and do some shit, and it sort of became aimless to me, and all the rest of them were like that. Unity got back to the more focus on executing people, especially after 4, so I appreciated that, and I haven't yet gotten to Syndicate. But that is what I think. The game doesn't have to be open world. I think Assassin's Creed can be an effective Assassin's Creed game in the way that Hitman is.
Well, look at Chronicles. I streamed Assassin's Creed Chronicles China when it went free for gold like 2, maybe 3 months
And
ago.
the story was pretty bland.
It was pretty bland,
But the gameplay was good.
like anybody who ever played Mark of the Ninja, which was a fantastic game in and of itself.
Mark of the Ninja.
It handles very much like Mark of the Ninja. It wants you to be stealthy and only kill precisely who you need to kill.
Yeah.
There's been a request, by the way. At least just stop touching your feet, Chuck. There's been a request by chat saying it's pretty gross.
Here, I'm gonna give the camera to Chuck, and you can respond however you like. To June.
But they're saying they're awesome. But
You don't want me touching my feet?
Okay, that's good.
You don't want me touching my feet? That's good. My feet feel so good. I love touching my feet.
That's so gross.
What, Chuck, and everybody now, even if you haven't played an Assassin's Creed game, what setting or time period do you want them to go to that might jazz you? There is, the next one Watch Dogs 2 has hinted at, because you can, in Watch Dogs 2, you're in San Francisco, you can hack into Ubisoft.
Ubisoft?
In Watch Dogs 2. Like
I would much rather hack into Abstergo, because I want the joining of those two worlds to be canon.
Yes, I agree with you. But you hack into Ubisoft and you hear a file or someone on the phone that they never say the words Assassin's Creed, but she goes, okay, so we have Unity, Syndicate, Osiris, and then sort of goes on. So Osiris, I'm taking to mean Egyptian.
Yep.
So I believe ancient Egypt is where that game is going to take place. So where's the setting you guys want to see? What would get you? We've had the Renaissance. The
Italian Renaissance, yeah.
Inquisition? Was the Spanish Inquisition?
The Spanish Inquisition was the movie.
Was the film?
Yes.
Yep.
The first one took place during the
Crusades.
The Crusades. That's what I was trying to think of.
The Italian Renaissance was the next 3.
Yeah.
And then Assassin's Creed 3 was the American Revolution.
American Revolution.
Black Flag was the golden age of piracy back in the 1500s.
And Unity was the French Revolution.
And then Syndicate was the British Industrial Revolution.
And the Victorian era, what we typically refer to as the Victorian era. So where would they go and you'd be like, oh shit, yeah, I'll play the fuck
I
out
think
of
it'd be
it.
kind of cool then if they did the 1920s Prohibition era with
Ooh,
the corrupt
a
politicians.
noir?
That'd be
Oh, yeah.
sexy.
So I think that'd be really cool. Gangsters and
I don't say this often. That's a good fucking idea, Calvin.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
every once in a while a blind squirrel finds a nut, dude.
Stop clock is right twice a day.
Every time you make it. So Chuck, where do you want him to go, man?
I would like to see. Oh shit! I don't know. Honestly, I would like to see the Meiji restoration.
Okay.
Not 15th century Japan, not the Sengoku Jidai, where you have ninjas fighting samurai. You have samurai fighting the Japanese government, who is trying to overthrow the shogunate in order to replace that government with a more modernized and westernized version.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
What about you, Lauren? Where could they go?
I mean, I guess I should ask. Obviously they're historically accurate in their flashbacks.
Yeah.
But do they have history like mixed in? Like, so
Yes,
for the
so-
Spanish Inquisition, he didn't like see anybody of high power.
So
Yeah, he did.
We're gonna.
Yeah, he did.
We're gonna. We'll get to the movie because that's why it took you
Thank
guys.
you.
It took you guys to
But
the movie.
Staying with the game, Ezio Auditore hangs out with Da Vinci.
But
Okay.
but on top of that, on top of having historical figures, aside from the game, in the codex, like when you go read about characters, those are factual.
Okay.
Like the descriptions are encyclopedic.
Okay.
Provided
of
they
characters
weren't
and stuff like that.
created for the game itself.
Correct.
then
Yes. And some of the characters created for the game will have their insight. So it's
And a lot of
you
the
have to
things-
filter that stuff.
A lot of the things that happen in the games, like the Borgia family, which is the main bad guy through the Ezio trilogy, like he actually did become a pope. And he became a pope through some really shitty means, too. I think he's in hell, according to Dante. One of the
That makes
Borgias.
sense. The Borgia. So where would you like to go?
If they haven't done a French Revolutionary period,
That was Unity.
Steven
Okay.
That was Unity for sure.
then I would really want a historically accurate, especially after today, of Henry VIII and Elizabeth I.
The
That's it.
the British Enlightenment era the Renaissance. That could be a thing too,
Yeah.
because there was a whole lot of backstabbing out there too. Now that I think
French Revolution, did they do French Revolution?
That's what
Unity.
she said, and Unity.
for the third fucking time,
What did you say?
Unity.
I'm just fucking with you.
God damn it!
You guys is a lot better than mine. I actually tweeted to Ubisoft. I was like, hey, you should make an Assassin's Creed set in the American Civil War,
They're like,
where like the assassins try to prevent maybe the assassination of Lincoln. I think we could use it. And yeah, so I'd like to see like some Civil War stuff, but also I'm a little partial to American history.
Sure. The Civil Rights Movement.
Yeah.
No, not the Civil Rights Movement. The Cold War. The beginnings of the Cold War after World War II
Ooh, like-
in the 50s.
I
That'd be
still
kinda cool.
really like Calvin's prohibition idea.
I
'Cause
do too.
think
The
that would,
prohibition idea is a good one.
hey, thank
I
you.
think that
It's just like
Or
not
that,
to down you, but
no, like that period of time between World War I and World War II, where Germany is in the shitter, and then Adolf Hitler comes around and revolutionizes the whole thing at the cost of making everybody a bunch of racist assholes.
yeah.
Like that would be really big too.
World War II has been done in so many different games that I feel like it would be a waste of it'd be a waste of their time
It would be.
to touch World War II. But now let me ask you this to you, and even to you guys, like think about the movie now a little bit. I'm not going to get all into the movie just yet, but you can use the movie as context. Is the present day stuff necessary
I really
In
liked
what?
that aspect.
In the movie?
in the Assassin's Creed
any
franchise?
part.
Should they just do historical films about the assassins and Templars through time, or should they do that present day back and forth animus
If
thing?
they're going to be making movies about it, they have to do a back and forth on it. That way you know what's kind of going on and why they're doing it. Now, you have to have the give and the take. You can't just have, here, take the take.
I'm not sure you have said anything yet.
You have it.
What are you're saying? You're saying that they can't tell their story.
I mean, for the viewer, you need to know when they're jumping in the animus, and you need to know when they're back
Oh
in
no,
the
I'm saying like
parallel.
remove the animus altogether. Just be like, there's assassins and Templars. This movie takes place in the Spanish Inquisition, and you're gonna follow one assassin during the Spanish Inquisition,
Well, it would
and
be-
and then the next movie would be or game would be in a different
See-
time period without any present day, and you just follow that war.
It would be.
Well, it would have to use it. I think that it needs the present day.
It does.
It absolutely needs
Absolutely.
it.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you guys say that, because to me, Ubisoft scaled way back on the present day stuff after as the games went on. Really,
Yeah,
'Cause
Black Flag really backed off on it.
I thought that the point of the series was Desmond, the bleed effect. So in Assassin's Creed, you play as Desmond, and Desmond gets into an animus, and then the game takes place inside of the animus, which is his memory and reliving it. And the cool thing about that is you can do gamey things, and it's part of the simulation.
Right.
If there's a glitch, like, oh, that's part of the animus
Vitruvian
simulation.
Man.
Yeah. And that's a really cool sort of meta way to look at video games. So I thought that there was going to be a modern day Assassin's Creed where Desmond was the main character doing that didn't go back in time, doing modern day shit that he learned from all of those historical journeys.
The way I've seen it is the modern day stuff is literally half of the series. And then the other half, literally the other half, is him going back in time. So if you were to remove one from the other, you're literally cutting the story in half. Because you can have modern day assassins at this point, and you already do, because you've already seen it kind of happen, especially in the movie, because that's where it ends.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
you can't
I hear you grumbling.
you can't you would be able to get one movie or one game out of it tops,
For
Because
sure. And
you still have to be able to go back in time.
well, I thought that they would follow Desmond's line to an end, and then either the series would end or they would have a new protagonist. And I'm not going to get like real big into spoilers here, but they wrap up Desmond's line, but it's sort of like we acknowledge that the gamers want to just spend time in the animus, basically, and they just want to do all that historical shit. And to me, that was where sort of the meat on the bones of the gameplay. But the thing that I loved was that skeleton. Like, loved the modern day stuff was what I was interested in.
I liked the interplay between the two.
Yeah.
Like, you absolutely need that for me. If you were to pull Desmond away from the story and all you got was just a bunch of historical fiction, it would just be a bunch of historical fiction.
Well, starting in 4, Desmond is no longer part of the story.
Right, but there is still the Kenways. And other people who are related to the Kenways. And, in fact, when you start going through the Abstergo offices, they're asking other people in the Abstergo Entertainment staff, they're like, okay, do we have anybody on our staff that is related to somebody in the past that we could use for genetic material in order to create more games?
And then at one point in the series, they sort of jump even from that, where they go into it, where there's one of the Abstergo scientists is trying to figure out a way to go back to a time period from anybody's DNA, which is stupid because it sort of destroys the whole purpose of the fucking thing to me. So I feel like Assassin's Creed, actually very quickly, which is a shame, did sort of what Resident Evil did, which was they sort of tried something a little different, but then they went so far down that other path that I couldn't even recognize the game that I wanted to play anymore.
Kind of a slippery slope.
But Unity came snapping back, and I liked it. I don't even remember there being like a modern day. I think the modern day parts of Unity are just real quick cutscenes of a person talking to you, because you are the person going back in time.
Not sure if I'm okay with that.
I want more modern day Assassin. That's what I want. So, how would you improve the series? And what would they? Not just time period, but what is something that
are we talking
they
about
could
the movie series?
The game.
No,
the
just the entire series.
Okay.
Or the entire series. But what game? What could they add to the games or something to get you guys interested? In addition to a time period that you're interested in, is it more focus on killing? Is it more focus on the open world exploration? Is it?
I feel like if they made it more like Drake's Uncharted, I'd be.
It's fucking just called Uncharted. It's just called Uncharted. It's called Uncharted.
So if it was more like Drake's Uncharted, I think it'd be a great aspect to.
More linear is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean,
just do like a linear storyline.
Linear storyline,
yeah.
and make the story. I haven't played the Assassin's Creed stories.
Sure, yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know how good the narrative is in it.
Hit and miss.
But if they made it more like Drake's Uncharted, it'd be great.
It sort of does a weird thing where it's like, this is about assassins and Templars, and then also aliens, but also the end of the world. And then Assassin's Creed 4 is like, nah, fuck it, it's just about assassins. So, yeah, there we go. Yes? What?
What's it called again?
Drake's Uncharted.
No, I know, right?
Yeah.
Did I fucking say Drake's Uncharted?
No. But you did explode a little bit.
Utter,
Just a tiny bit.
Did I turn a little red?
A little bit.
just your
More
utter
so than
hate.
usual.
Just your.
God damn it, goddamn hate. So Hitman, the Hitman style of game, I love. I love murder puzzle genre. I love it.
You should play Hotline Miami.
I did.
You should,
The Hotline Miami was great.
Then you should play Hotline Miami.
it's a good game.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack is killer.
It's super good. But Hitman, is for realistic-ish, and this is more of a fantasy historical, like going back in time, seeing other hitmen and women.
Like, I think if they.
And then they even tied it to like modern stuff. Like even some of them will, maybe even the first one, I think, the first or second game would reference sort of like at the time like George W. Bush and like the Iran conflict and assigning either Templar or assassin status to like different current figures, political figures, and that was very cool too.
I think if they took the sandbox and instead of giving people like a long ass list of people that you're going to be killing throughout the course of the game, I think if they did it kind of like how GTA does the heists, where you have to set up, like you have to get information from people. That's what you had to do with the first Assassin's Creed, but it made it super linear. But I would like, here is your target, and then you're going to spend the next however many missions you decide to do, gathering as much intel or doing as much setup of the assassins possible.
Everything you do should be related to the assassin stuff.
Bingo.
And that's that's absolutely right.
I actually think if they cut back on the assassinations a little bit and kind of built up the suspense as opposed to just making it, I'm gonna murder dudes left and right.
Yeah. For sure.
I like.
I want to get to Lauren.
Sure.
What's something that you could see in an upcoming Assassin's Creed game, either
What's gonna make you get up off your ass and play this game?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm interested already. Like, I thought this was solely Xbox, and I'm one of the sad people that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to. What, you're on PS4? Do you have a PS3?
I'm on 4.
Just 4.
I'm with you, PlayStation people.
I've got a PlayStation.
I know.
Now
you do. Now
This is an elite club.
Yeah, you're bullying your
Oh,
way
you
into
guys
it.
sound like Sony kids.
And the PC Master Race gets all the flack.
Oh my god.
Fuck both of y'all.
I mean, I'm PC Master Race and PlayStation.
Okay, and yeah, we're coming near the end of the time, but I do want to make sure, because I took you guys, and I say I took you guys because I want to feel really good about myself. We all went to see the Assassin's Creed film. Okay. You saw it.
I saw it on my own. You didn't take me, you liar.
Calvin,
I'm just kidding.
What'd you think of the
Calvin,
game?
we
Or
didn't
what'd you think
let
of the
you
movie?
I thought the movie was a piece of wet trash.
Okay, that's cool. Chuck, what'd you think of the movie?
I loved it.
Wow.
I was perfectly fine with it.
Lauren?
I agree with Calvin. I did not think it was all it was meant
All right,
to be.
Calvin, why the fuck is it wet trash?
Well, if there was a better storyline, I think it would have been great.
Yes, Game Guy Sam is playing without you again.
If there was any, that first 20 minutes of the movie was a waste of time. The action was cool. I'll give it the action. But also, it just like at parts was really slow and boring. Like it just like was kind of, the narrative was just.
You really didn't play any of the Assassin's Creed games, did you?
And I think that's where Calvin and I both
I
have
don't
the
know that,
disadvantage.
but the thing
you
is, like,
think
I'm
that
looking
it
at
is-
it as a movie.
Sure, and yeah,
I'm looking
Even
at it
as a
just
movie,
a
it was
movie.
great.
No, it was not.
As,
It was
all right.
a piece of garbage.
As a movie, like I was talking about earlier with building up the suspense for the kills, they did a good job of that. Not only that, they built up like the tension that was Magneto doing his stuff in the Animus, which was really cool. Like it felt like you were playing the first game over again, but it was an entirely different story.
okay, so you
But I almost fell asleep during the movie, during the actual story, because it was not enticing at all.
do you? And I think that a good film would not make the game required reading, but the film as it stands, do you feel maybe that the
absolutely
game
do.
that the game is required reading to appreciate the film?
I haven't played it, and I absolutely feel that if I had played it, I would have more of a respect and more love
it's not
for the movie.
Like, I mean, yeah, I might I would like the movie maybe more if I played the game, sure. But at the same time, as a movie in general, period, without a game involved, it's not a good movie. Like, if you're basing it off a game, and you look at this as a movie, it's just like a B movie.
So I can't say that it was like
It's not
exceptionally
a 10 out of 10.
well made.
It
like,
did not change my life.
However, as and it's hard to divorce my knowledge of and appreciation of the games from the movie for sure.
Yeah, I'll
That
do
is difficult. But yes, they sort of skip over some character, but I think they sacrifice. I didn't feel like there was no narrative that you feel. I feel like they didn't do much with the characters.
They didn't.
But I also felt like the performances, maybe not, obviously not stellar performances, but Fassbender works in every film, whether the film is good or not, and I appreciate that. I didn't feel like he phoned it in at all. And Jeremy Irons might have phoned it in a little bit. Even Marion, Marion.
You can't even do that. You
No?
can't even do that because Jeremy Irons. Did you ever see the Dungeons and Dragons movie? Jeremy
no, I
Irons as
didn't.
Profion. Oh my God! The man loves to eat scenery like I love to eat tacos. So to see him
That's a
play
perfect
this
description.
he plays this really subdued character who knows that he has to remain subdued because that's not what he does. He's not the overt. He's working for a better world, but he's doing it through scientific means.
So the film, the action sequences you said were cool. And
The fighting was
the fighting was cool.
The fighting was
the
cool.
parkour was cool. Like
Yeah.
it
Right.
had the theme.
There were unrealistic points, and for my assumption that there are some points in the game where it's like there's no fucking way he'd have made that, or there's no fucking way he would have caught that, but otherwise completely great choreography, great action, great everything.
But the acting was not good.
The acting wasn't.
Dragonfly said, I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't great, but it thoroughly kept my attention, kept me awake when I should have been in bed sleeping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. She stayed awake through a movie that you slept through.
Yeah, because, I'll just be polite. Yeah, it's very hard for me to hold my tongue.
Anyway,
So,
as for the fight scenes,
fight scenes were, go ahead.
all I'll say is this. Bam. Bam.
Yeah, there's like basically anytime I see a fight scene where someone does something I haven't seen before, I get jazzed.
Me as a martial artist and me as a gamer, that really hit me, and I had to think about it a little bit before I realized that.
Yeah, the fight sequences are
Like
cool
I said, the
in
fight
for
scenes
sure.
were great.
The thing that they didn't do, though, that the games do,
Is desynchronized.
well, they didn't.
They didn't let a
there wasn't
character
much.
die.
There wasn't desynchronization in terms of what the runner of the Animus was doing versus what they were supposed to be doing, and that might have been an interesting thing. Like he's desynchronizing because he's doing something that didn't happen.
Right.
You know,
He's going
And
somewhere
that-
he wasn't supposed to go.
Yeah, and that would have been cool.
But
what it doesn't do, though, and what I'm getting at is that in all these Assassin's Creed games, in addition to Desmond or who the fuck ever, the characters from history are characters. And the Spanish Inquisition assassin, I'm not even, like, it took me a while to realize that was who we were flashing back to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not a character.
the thing is, the thing that got me was this, and I actually didn't just realize it until now. In the games, you are controlling the historical figure. Desmond is controlling the historical figure. That's why there's constant desynchronizations. He desyncs when Ezio dies. He desyncs when Altair runs to a part of the town that he wasn't supposed to go. He desyncs when Connor kills too many innocent bystanders.
Yeah, and kills too many, not kills any. Because, like, yeah, Captain Kenway probably killed a few little fuckers
But
on his way to the ship.
I got from the movie, hooking him up to the machine, he basically lost all control of himself.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
there was actually a big part close to the end of
But
the
look,
movie.
that's the difference, though.
And that's-
That's the thematic difference between a movie and a game, though. Is a game you are in control of,
And a
and a
movie
movie
you're
you're not.
not.
And so it took that thematic element, and
Right. And
whether consciously or not, it was there.
like as I see it though, basically it's just like, oh, we're people, and we're taking you. We're gonna give you money, but we're also gonna brainwash you because there's data in your bloodstream.
You said brainwash earlier when we were doing the pre-talk, and I don't know
think
what
you-
he's like. I don't know where the
I think
brainwashing
that
came
means
in.
that we're-
Like,
because
trying
because
to-
the opinion that he did not have before about anything when he's relearning and going into the Animus and coming back out of the Animus. Well, now it's like he's like a super person.
Oh, you're equating the bleed effect in the Animus, where he goes back
And it's a form
learns
of
skills
brainwa-
himself
correct,
as
it's
a
like
form
a form of
brainwashing.
form
I
of
see what you're saying.
brainwashing.
I see what you're saying. I
So,
didn't.
so it's like they created this little army in the movie. It's like all of a sudden, like, oh, we're gonna get all these random people, check out their bloodstream or whatever, their DNA, and then we're gonna make an army of crazy people that all now are like ninjas and they hate us.
I think the
Like, and they, you know, that's I was just like, this is.
I can't argue really with any of those points.
Exactly.
Like you're not.
I'm not wrong.
It's not that you're wrong.
Exactly.
Which is weird to say, but this may be a case, unfortunately, where if you have played the games and like them, you're probably going to like the movie and it's worth your time. If not, probably not.
If not, it's a piece of garbage.
It's not a piece of garbage. It was competently directed,
Yep.
and the acting was a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Poor I think with maybe some punch-ups and rewrites, it could have been, at the very least, a fun film for everybody.
And edits.
Let me guess. None of the modern day bullshit, right?
No.
You just wanted to stick next to the Spanish Inquisition. You wanted to see Torquemada get killed, even though you have no idea who Torquemada is.
I don't know who Torquemada is.
Torquemada was the guy responsible for the Spanish Inquisition. All the witch hunts that happened during that time
Was he
period.
in the film?
Yes, he was.
Okay, see, and then that's something that like
that's not what I wanted at all from the movie, Chuck. So you're just like wrong on that part.
you want a
He just
personal
likes
journey. You want
saying
to
you're
focus
just
more
wrong.
on Michael Fassbender.
I wanted you
and
to get.
his
I wanted him
personal
to,
growth and
to start as exactly
making choices maybe that affect things around
and
him.
have
as
it
opposed
like
to sort
more
of
of
being
that narrative, that more of that story.
You felt like the movie was run along without him.
Correct.
Like he was just sort of caught in the wave of the film.
Yep.
I can understand that.
And you randomly you were given random information.
For starters,
Like not direct information, it was random, inconsistent information at certain points in the movie. It was not in any like order, but it was like, oh man, hey look, it's my dad. Oh wait, I want to kill my dad. Why do I want to kill my dad?
you
Flashback,
have a
flash
problem-
forward. Like it was just all over the place.
you have a problem with discovering information as the main protagonist of a story discovers it,
It was discovered in a poor manner.
just like how he discovered it. He didn't know any of this shit until it was told to him, until it
By a
was shown
form
to
of
him.
brainwashing.
By a form of brainwashing, or by somebody who's trying to brainwash him, but that information is
So you
still
do admit
revealed to
it's
him
brainwashing.
nonetheless. And then, like that part where he's holding his father at knife point, and he's like, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to make you do this. That's a choice that he has to make himself.
Well, of course. But at the same time, they randomly were like, we have your dad. Bah! Like, you know, it was
that
just like,
was pretty random, though.
So, yeah, exactly.
And getting Hamish from
Exactly,
Braveheart
like,
was a really weird casting
Like,
choice.
out of nowhere, they're like, we found your body and killed you, but we also have had your dad for years. Ah! Like,
So-
that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, that is absolute garbage.
I will
Chuck.
absolutely feed you
So
that one.
thank you. Like, I'm like,
They
where
could
is
have
this
made that
bullshit
guy
story coming from?
anybody. Hell, they actually introduced two other assassins who were there before they even introduced his dad. They could have just left his
So are
dad
you
alone
agreeing with
for
me?
another movie,
But
and they could have made the choice
the-
of killing one of those assassins. The choice that he had to make
I think
then,
I
where he was
swayed
going to
him.
be one of the other.
The film did do what I wanted the games to do, though, and that's part of the reason why I appreciate it, is the way that the Animus ended up, and then there were modern-day assassins, and then they went and did modern-day shit.
Yay!
Like, that was sort of what I was looking for. Lauren, it's been a little while since anybody...
I just want to clarify.
You've been sitting here
Yeah.
like this for the past
Please.
15 minutes.
No, I just want to clarify. Were you, in the end, were you agreeing with Calvin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wanted to make sure I was not
Yeah.
misinterpreting
so
that.
This, if you joined us on Gutter Nerds from episode 1, this may not seem strange, but if you know us from our AC days,
Rarely
this
does
is
this
weird.
Rarely
This is
does
weird.
this happen.
Not only that Chuck agrees with Calvin, but that Calvin delivered like a logical argument.
He did.
That is some.
Well, Steven, you don't forget, you also agreed with me.
You
I
did.
agreed with,
Bravo!
I agreed with points you made.
Bravo!
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Exactly. So I'm
You
just.
said it twice,
I agree
and
with you.
I'm a little uncomfortable. I am. I'm a little uncomfortable.
smarter than
This
that.
is
Look.
weird.
No, it's
Hi,
not
crazy
even
cat
that.
lady.
It's
How's it
not
going?
It's not even that. It's
All
just
right.
like for three of us
Mm-hmm.
to be like, you know, Calvin made a very logical point. You know, that's right, Calvin. Way to go, Calvin. It's just like,
You know what that is? This guy has been part of this cast off and on since we started at Techno Syndrome back in like 2008.
I guess, yeah, technically.
This is a long-running show, ladies and gentlemen, and you're looking at three of the
Was that
original...
2008?
Techno
sure
It was
was
Syndrome?
2007.
Are we coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the first time we were on,
Yeah.
on a radio show?
We totally
it's
are.
true.
Well, shit, we're old as fuck, guys.
We have been doing this for forever.
Hey, guess what? If you're watching on YouTube, and if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you haven't yet, please go subscribe. We only need 19 more YouTube subscribers till we get our custom URL. So we get 100 subscribers.
Smash that
It's a big deal
subscribe,
for us.
fam.
Yeah, go to youtube.com. Nightbot should be throwing up the... I've only seen Nightbot chastise you, Lauren. I haven't seen maybe Nightbot's fucking...
Nightbot-
God,
Maybe if you weren't such
slacking.
an asshole in the
like
chat room.
Goddamn
Nightbot is a
beat
fucking
Damn
dick. No,
beat boots.
and that's the thing. Like, granted, on that one line, I did 4, but if I actually go back, or if anybody goes back, it will say message deleted is when I put up one emoji.
A single emoji, yeah.
And I'm just like, the fuck, my Nightbox dick.
Nightbot was being a
That's
dick for
just
sure.
straight up.
But if you're watching on YouTube or listening on our podcast, this is where we leave you. Everyone else on Twitch, if you want a chance to win the Assassin's Creed Humble Bundle, then we will do that. You get 9 different Assassin's Creed games. It's all 3 Chronicles games. You get Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3, plus DLC for 3. Then you also get Unity, Brotherhood, and Liberation. That's number 9.
And if you're not watching us live, you need to fucking fix that.
Yeah, check us out at twitch.tv/gutternerds, and you can take part in these giveaways and also be part of the chat and be part of the podcast as a result as well. For everybody else that's listening, hang
I'm
tight.
putting up my phone.
Make sure you
No.
follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Gutter
It's the
Nerds.
things over there.
Our website is up as well, gutternerds.com. It's a little prettier than our old AC site.
Yeah,
used to be.
pretty. Like Steven's mouth.
My name is Steven.
I'm Corporate Cal or Calvin.
I'm Lauren.
You are?
I am.
Well, I guess I'm Chuck still. I mean, I guess.
And guess what? This is where you can find everybody else. If you want to follow Chuck, he's Byronic Commando on Twitch and on Twitter.
Woohoo!
Shark is not here tonight, but she's at KRShark on Twitter, and her webcomics at hedgyhates.com. Calvin right here.
What?
Corporate Cal on Twitch. He's at Corporate Hobbs on Twitter. JB just changed his Twitter to Just Gravy Baby.
Very nice.
At
Just
Gravy
like
Baby
we
as
know
well.
him.
And Lauren is on Twitter at Larnlo.
And
And Instagram is g.n.lauren. That means Gutter Nerds, right?
I did it for you. I did it all for you.
And for those of you listening and watching, we'll leave you here. Don't forget that Nazi faces have squeakers in them. You can test it by punching.
Nazis Laos.
100 Nazi scalps as of now.
Apparently, I'm